The night the power went out, no one thought it meant anything. In a quiet apartment on the outskirts of the city, Ollie was halfway through his tea when the lights flickered once, twice, and then vanished completely. The hum of the refrigerator died. The ceiling fan slowed to a stop. Outside, the usual chorus of traffic and chatter softened into an uneasy silence. At first, it felt like just another outage, annoying but ordinary. Then his phone buzzed. A message from his younger sister, Layla. "Are you seeing this?" Before he could respond, another notification appeared. Then another. News alerts flooded in faster than he could read them. Something had happened. Something big. Across town, in a dimly lit newsroom running on backup generators, Sarah leaned closer to her screen, her heart racing. As a journalist, she had covered unrest, elections, and crises, but this felt different. "Confirm this." Her editor barked, pacing behind her. "We don't publish speculation." "I'm trying," she replied, fingers flying across the keyboard. But the sources, no one saying anything clearly. That was the problem. There was no single headline yet. Just fragments, whispers, analysts scrambling, governments issuing vague statements. Markets reacting before facts were even fully understood. Iran had made a move, but what exactly that move was, and what it meant, depended on who you asked. Ollie stepped onto his balcony, scanning the darkened neighborhood. A few windows glowed faintly with candles. People were outside now, murmuring in clusters, their faces lit by phone screens. His elderly neighbor, Mr. Rahman, called out, "You heard the news." "I'm trying to," Ollie said, "but it's all confusion." Mr. Rahman shook his head slowly. Confusion is never a good sign. Ollie didn't reply. He felt it too, that strange tension in the air, like the world was holding its breath. Miles away, Layla sat in her university dorm room, surrounded by other students, all gathered around a single laptop. The connection was unstable, the live stream buffering every few seconds, but no one dared look away. A political analyst was speaking urgently. "This decision shifts the balance in ways we haven't seen in decades. It's not just about regional power anymore. It's about global consequences." Layla swallowed hard. She didn't fully understand the geopolitics. Most people didn't, but she understood fear. She understood uncertainty, and she understood that when experts started using words like unpredictable, it meant ordinary people like her would feel the impact sooner or later. Her friend Ayesha whispered, "Do you think this means war?" Layla didn't answer, because she didn't know. Back in the newsroom, Sarah finally got a response from one of her most trusted sources. Her eyes widened as she read the message. "Are you sure?" She typed back quickly. The reply came almost instantly, "As sure as I can be, but don't expect official confirmation anytime soon." Sarah leaned back, exhaling slowly. This was it, the piece that connected the fragments. The move wasn't just symbolic. It wasn't just political posturing. It was strategic, calculated and far-reaching. "This changes everything," she murmured. Her editor stopped pacing. "Then write it," he said, "and make people understand why." Ollie's phone finally loaded a full article. He read it once, then again. He wasn't a political expert. He worked a normal job, lived a simple life. But even he could tell this wasn't just another headline. This was the kind of moment people would talk about for years. The kind of moment that divided time into before and after. He thought about his sister, about his neighbors, about the fragile routines everyone depended on. And suddenly, the world didn't feel as stable as it had that morning. Layla closed the laptop, unable to take in any more information. The room was filled with anxious voices, theories, worst-case scenarios. But she stood up. "I need some air," she said softly. Outside, the campus was eerily quiet. The usual laughter and late-night conversations were gone, replaced by small groups speaking in hushed tones. She looked up at the sky. It was clear, peaceful, unchanged, and yet everything felt different. Sarah hit publish. Within seconds, the article began spreading. Shares, comments, reactions pouring in from around the world. Her phone rang. Good work, her editor said. People needed clarity. Sarah stared at the screen, watching the numbers climb. But instead of satisfaction, she felt a heavy weight settle in her chest. Clarity didn't make the situation less serious. If anything, it made it more real. By morning, the power was back. The city slowly returned to life. Shops opened, traffic resumed, people went to work. On the surface, everything looked normal. But beneath that normalcy was a quiet awareness, an understanding that something had shifted. Ollie met Layla later that day at a small cafe. They sat across from each other, both unusually quiet. So, he finally said, "What do you think happens now?" Layla stirred her tea, watching the ripples. "I think people will try to make sense of it. Some will panic, some will ignore it, and you..." She looked up at him. "I think we pay attention," she said. "We stay informed, and we don't let fear decide everything for us." Ollie nodded slowly. For the first time since the blackout, he felt something other than anxiety. Perspective. That night, Sarah walked home under the glow of streetlights. The world hadn't ended, life hadn't stopped, but it had changed, and maybe that was the most important thing to understand. Big moments don't always arrive with explosions or sirens. Sometimes they come quietly, through decisions made behind closed doors, through moves no one fully anticipated. But their impact, that unfolds in the lives of ordinary people, in conversations between siblings, in the questions students ask under open skies. In the stories journalists race to tell, because in the end it's not just about what happened, it's about what we do next. And in a world that can change in a single night, the most powerful response isn't panic, it's awareness. It's resilience. It's choosing to face uncertainty not with fear, but with understanding, courage, and the determination to keep moving forward, no matter how unpredictable the road ahead may be.